Welcome to the first episode of Real As It Gets.
Episode number 1.
We did it, Gord! We did it!
Took a while, a lot of practice sessions.
Did we practice even?
Did we?
I think we're winging this one,
I
aren't
think
we?
we are winging it.
It's the first one, though.
It is. We're excited to introduce it, though.
It's been a long time in the making. How you feel? You look a little tight. You like your knees?
No, I'm good. I think we're going to have to work on the layout of Studio 1 here. Maybe move to Studio 2.
Yeah, we had a couple technical difficulties, to say the least, to get these things going. But I think we're rolling now. So how should we introduce this?
Well, I think just talk about who we are and, how this came to be.
I know. So what do you want me to lead off, or how do you want to do it?
Well, obviously we're two realtors in the same office.
Mm-hmm. And people might be like, well, how's that going to work?
How's that going to work? Why would we do this?
Well, Gord's in his late 70s and I'm in my 30s, so we have different clientele.
It's interesting. So we have different perspectives on things, but the same philosophies.
Exactly, and I think that will really give a good balance of the scope of the market in general too, because you have a lot more experience in other things, and maybe I have experience in things that you haven't, necessarily dealt with from a client standpoint. And I feel like your clients may have different perspectives and troubles and things that they've dealt with, and then same thing with mine.
Absolutely, I think generally speaking, my clients are maybe a house or two ahead of where your clients might be. Maybe mine are doing more downsizing, where maybe you're doing more upsizing, moving from condo to townhome or townhome to house, where I'm kind of doing the opposite. But we're in the same market, we have the same challenges.
Exactly.
Just different ways of looking at things.
How long you been a realtor, Gord?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20? What were you doing before that?
Always in sales. Yeah, I sold fire alarm systems, life safety systems. I did that for 15 years.
Keeping people safe?
Keeping people safe, yeah. We sold major projects like TD Towers, super jails, the casinos.
And then why did you want to transition to good old real estate?
You know what? I always was interested in it. I think it's an amazing industry. I think there's so much opportunity, and I just saw people being successful, being entrepreneurial, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be my own boss.
Oh, and we get that work-life balance, right?
We
you get
do.
to make your own schedule. That is every weekend.
That changes changes all the time.
It's amazing.
What are you doing this weekend? I don't know yet. What are you doing next week? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
No.
I'll confirm when I hear from my clients.
Yes. Yeah. What about you? How long have you been doing it?
It just became 12 years.
Congratulations.
January 8th. This started my 12th year.
That's amazing.
And I've only been at this one brokerage. We'll talk about Carlo. I'm sure we'll have him on here.
Absolutely. We're going to have a lot of guests on. So what did you do before? After you graduated high school.
No, so I, fresh out of university, I worked at a student travel company. I don't know if they're still around anymore, but S-Trip, we sold high school, university trips to spring break and
amazing.
Winter destinations and whatnot. I was a professional babysitter to make sure kids.
So you went to Clearwater Beach and back every March?
No, we were in Punta Cana.
Daytona Beach.
I spent 29 dadays straight in Punta Cana.
Wow.
I had 3 different sets of groups. 2 were university.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something completely different.
Yeah, well, this podcast may go there sometimes. We don't know, right, Gord? We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know where it's going to lead.
And I think that's the balance here too. Is I think you'd be maybe a little bit more reserved, and I don't want to say professional because I can be professional too. But
we're both professional. Just one of us is.
I have
slightly.
You have more of a filter. I don't. Let's say, right?
Let's say that.
And it might come out. Maybe not. Maybe you're gonna be the sneaky. Have a couple little jokes in there that I think are hilarious and wouldn't think you were gonna say.
Yeah, and maybe people will think it's funny. Maybe they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what are we hoping to accomplish out of this? Because I personally, I feel like today, everyone's got to do something different. It's social media. How are we going to market ourselves? Let's do a podcast. Everyone's doing a podcast. Now, I personally am just excited to literally sit in here, shoot the shit in a way,
Absolutely.
talk about life and everything too, like what's going on with being a grandparent, right? You were just saying you were up at 1, 2, 5. He literally walked in, folks. He was like, Trev, I get it. What you're going through right now.
I'm living your life.
I'm in 6th season, baby. We got daycare, sniffles, coughs, you name it, no sleep. I'm always hurting.
Yeah.
And you had that last night.
Well, I said, I'm living your life. You go, what, are you sick? I go, no, that'll be next week.
Yeah. So we'll have a little bit of that, some friendly banter, maybe talk about sports and things so they don't just think we're two loser realtors that have no life. And then I think like we kind of have a theme maybe every week of what do we want to explore and like your perspective and my perspective, because I do think that will really increase the different people that will watch, because it's going to really hit for some and for others, right?
And there's more than one way to look at things, and sometimes realtors get kind of pigeonholed maybe in the ways that they market or the way that they do things, and you do things slightly different than what I do, and you've got tons of great ideas, tons of great social media. I'm less likely to do that. I didn't grow up with that. So yeah, lots of different perspectives, different ways of doing things, and then funny stories, behind the scenes stories, like things happen that sometimes we don't talk about, or like funny things happen behind the scenes. I think we just talk about it. Like
I think we do it through like real stories too, because I feel like the scripted, boring answer or definition or dictionary thesaurus with your little jokes won't really land with people. I think you and I talking about like, holy shit, this just happened 2 weeks ago.
You won't believe what happened. Yeah.
You won't believe exactly, because every day is different. Like with 12 years, like I can't tell you. Obviously, some deals are, let's say, the same, but in most cases, they're all a little different. And every single time, you're experiencing something new. Yeah,
absolutely. People are buying on emotion, and sometimes it's a very emotional situation. Sometimes it's purely just a business transaction. But so many times things happen that we weren't expecting, and we've got to deal with it. And
and I feel like too. Do you feel like we're like? I want to get into that too, because I feel like there's a misconception that we're sales reps. You know what I mean? And like we're always selling, but I feel like I'm more of like therapist, psychologist, like holding couples' hands, being like, "We got this," you know what I mean? And we're along for the ride type thing.
For sure, we're helping people, we're guiding them to make a decision. And what I try to look at it, or how I try to look at it, is we're trying to help them make the right decision. Guide them towards would this be like, what are your long-term goals? What are you in 2 years? What are you going to need? What are you going to need in 5 years? Is this house going to be marketable in 10 years? What are they building across the street? Is this neighborhood in a state of decline, or is it in a state of rebuild?
Look how excited he gets, folks.
So many things to
consider.
Many things.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, like I always say, like, what are your real estate wants and needs? And like we're both, again, in sales, where it's very easy for us to talk. But it's so important to listen, because most of the time, us just sitting back and listening and then giving that professional advice is all they need, right? In those big moments. And I don't know, I pride at least myself on like having those kind of like sweaty palm, raise the back of your hair conversations that people maybe don't want to hear. And like we can give examples of that too, being like, we had to deliver like bad news, or we had to really say something that was probably going to maybe piss somebody off, but at the end of the day, they have to make a good, informed, educated decision.
So it may not be bad news, it may just be news that's interpreted to be negative.
Yeah.
But that news could be the reality of a situation, and I think delivering the news and then having a plan to deal with it.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. This is what I recommend that we do to navigate through this situation, whatever the case may be. And that could be market, it could be something with a home inspection, it could be something with a family member. There's just so many variables in it.
And we'll throw probably we'll get some stats in there. We'll talk about what the news and media are saying, because they just love harping on realtors and how making everything's so negative. But there's a lot of opportunities out there, like you were saying. I'm kind of more focused on the upsizers, right? Hey, let's take this condo and townhouse and get you into your stepping stone home, or maybe your forever home. And there's a lot of misconception right now of like, holy cow, how are we going to do that? My condo's worth, significantly less. But you and I were talking about this actually before, which was these homes that were out of reach are now at like a discount. They're literally on sale in a way that you can get in. And then the downsizers, it's the same thing too, right? Like you maybe aren't pocketing as much as you were before, But if you are downsizing to that condo, those are also on sale. So it's a win-win in what you're going to do with the money and what you need to do.
Exactly, and what you do with the money is a good point. So you may not be getting what you would have got 2 or 3 years ago, but you can take that equity out of your home and invest it in a different vehicle, and you may be better off. You still get yourself into a smaller property, and then your nest egg gets put away somewhere else, and you're drawing from it, and there's lots of opportunities out there.
Raising interest rates aren't the end of the world either. You can get safe GICs and things like that too, right? That protect you and make your life easier. So we're gonna be nerding out. We're gonna be telling some stories, some jokes, being ourselves,
and we're gonna bring some guests on. I think it's important that we bring some of our colleagues, people that we work with, even people that we don't know well but know of, and talk to them, get their perspective, get their thoughts on whether it's legal thoughts or home inspections. It's different things for people to look for, and pick their brains a little bit and have some fun and find out what makes other people tick.
See how much we know.
See how much we know.
Have we been faking it the whole time, Gord?
Yeah, well, ask the question. Well, can you explain that again?
Yeah, so should we take a couple of notes here? This is a great thing. I'm surprised I didn't know
Say
this.
that again. What did you say?
Yeah. And what else do you think? So, I think at least they're getting an idea that we do know what we're talking about.
We know, and I think sharing some of our success stories, but also some of our, we learn along the way. Sometimes we don't do things perfectly, and learn from our mistakes, or maybe looking back, well, I could have done this differently. So now, instead of doing this, I'll do that, and talk about that. So
and collaborating too, like sometimes sharing ideas. Where remember we were talking about that house, and we were changing the photos, and
absolutely
just the first photo and tracking what that looked like and lighting and whatnot, and just bouncing ideas. I think that really helps too, because especially in real time, we're gonna have listings where it's like, what the frick, Gord? What's going on?
That's a great example. So I had a listing, and I wasn't getting a lot of showings, and I think the first picture's key, and you looked at it and said, and I spent a lot of time on that first picture. I thought it was great, and you're like, no, I don't think so. It's change to this, and we did, and so having that fresh eye and just another
perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did a video on this too, just because we're talking about photos, but I think it was last year. It was in the summertime, and I went through, I think in Mississauga, the amount of homes that still had the front photo with snow.
I know, that was in July you did that.
I think we can do some of that too, where it's like, we're not gonna, harp on people.
We're not gonna badmouth other realtors, but if it's July and there's snow,
but there's some bad ones out there. That's all I'm gonna say. That
you just wonder, so if someone's got a listing with a realtor, and it's, let's say July, or now it's January, and it's grass is fully green, you've got to look at it and go, should we update this?
But there's just so many. There's so many layers to that onion too. It's like, not only are you showing that you haven't sold it in 5 months, it's like, what value are you providing here? And then it makes all of us look bad, right?
Yeah,
so
it makes us all look bad.
It's frustrating. And then what do we got? I guess quick segue here out of real estate is the Buds. We're both Leafs fans.
Both Leafs fans.
I'm gonna have to learn how to talk into the microphone. Beat the Colorado Avalanche last night.
They did. I didn't watch the game, but I heard. Yeah.
I think they were going for a record. It would have been 18 straight wins at home.
That's amazing.
And I'm pretty sure they only have 2 or 3 losses in regulation. And the Buds came in. Matthews showed up. Willie showed up.
Matthews and Willie
Wall
are playing
showed
amazing. Up. Wall's playing amazing. Max Domi, one of my favorite players, is playing amazing. Not afraid to drop the gloves.
We're jiving.
We are driving.
A couple of our practice sessions, you and I were like, holy shit, the Buds, man, this is torture. And I think they're 8-0-2 in the last 10 games. They're wheeling.
Great time, I know.
Got Utah tonight. Yeah. I don't know when this is going to air. So, because
in July.
Maybe it won't even air.
Other realtors we talking about. That podcast we were talking about hockey that just came out in July?
Yeah.
Those guys are idiots.
And what do you think of the name?
I like it. Yeah, it's good as it gets. Oh, real as it gets.
Oh, yeah. And then we got Gord and Trev. This is a cool sign.
It looks cool.
And this looks professional.
We look like we know what we're doing.
We look like we know what we're doing.
That's the first step.
I think this shows people, too, that we put some thought into this.
We did put some thought into it.
We don't want to just come out being like, we're going to just click record and wing it.
That would never happen.
That would never happen. Some days it might, especially when we get our toes, in the water and we know what we're doing. You're gonna see too. As I get excited, sometimes my friends tell me this. My family tells me there's a little bit of Canadiana comes out of me, or I might get a little,
you get a
little couple. Hey there, boys.
You get the north of Highway 7 accent.
I get a couple there, right? You have a couple pints there, you know. But no, I'm actually doing dry January on that topic. I've never done this before.
How you doing at that?
I'm really enjoying it.
Good for you.
I'm gonna see if I can go all the way. We're taking the kids.
That's why it's called dry January. You're supposed to do the entire month.
You're supposed to do the entire month. Yeah, no. So I'm cooking right now. I'm
Good
feeling
for you.
good.
It's not damp, dry January for you, is it? It's like damp January, or you're not just drinking
Well, and
dry
listen,
wine.
I'm not a big drinker anyway.
You just drink dry wine. It's dry January.
Oh yeah, I see what you're doing there, Gord.
Good
There
for
it
you.
is. There it is. It comes up.
I see what you're doing.
Gord, I think it's your name too, because I have a buddy who.
Well, it's a Canadian name for sure. Eh?
He's from Gananoque, and like I don't know why. I feel like he's got. I don't know. I think it's not. No, his dad's not named Gord, but I don't know why. Gord, just Gordo.
It's a Canadian name.
It's a Canadian
Gordon
name.
Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Bare Naked Ladies named an album Gordon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Good
absolute.
old Canadian.
And so is Trevor.
Trevor is.
No.
If you look at any movie and every TV show, they're usually either the villain or they are losers or weird. It bothers me.
Really?
Pay attention.
I've never noticed that.
How many cool Trevors can you think of?
Well, there's no. Hey,
Other than this
no.
one, no.
No, yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
Yeah.
There's some cool Gords.
Well, who? Oh, Gordon Lightfoot, Gordie Howe,
Gord Downey.
Gord Downey. There's three right there.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Trevor who?
Trevor Linden,
Good flow.
right? Good flow. Yeah.
Great. Good looking guy.
Yeah. Not afraid to drop the mitts.
Not afraid to drop the mitts. Scrappy. I can't think of anybody else right now. That's tough. Tough out there for the Trevs. But so yeah, I think that gives them a little idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably go off on tangents like we just did now.
We
We're
will,
gonna
for
work
sure.
on that. We gotta fill out the kinks, you know. But I think we're pretty natural. We're gonna be authentic and real as it gets.
Absolutely.
We're not gonna, edit things out that maybe we regret saying. But
But it does have to go through the censor review board.
yeah, because we got a lot of sponsors.
That's right. Well, should we take a break for our sponsor right now? Okay, we're back.
And we're back. And then what else? Anything else we want to say on the first episode before
Well, we got to figure out how we're going to end it.
Yeah, how will we end it each time? We're both dads. Do
Got-
something silly where like we tell the dad joke.
It's got to be a dad joke.
A dad joke every single
It's
time.
gotta
Do you
be.
ever watch Smartless? How they always
Yeah, we
listen
do.
to something where they do like bye.
Yeah.
Like they try
We can't
to
do that.
Well,
No.
we're not that.
There's quite a few podcasts where I hear them ending on like a variation of that, or with Spittin' Chicklets, a variation of the beginning of it. So
Yeah.
we got to stay away from that. We
What
got
do you-
to be just
do you-
original.
Do you know any dad jokes?
Out. Do I know? How much time do we
How
have?
much time do we have? Should we make?
Well, my wife asked me to take her to one of those restaurants, where they prepare the food right in front of you.
Mhm.
So I took her to Subway.
All right, we're off the. What did I heard one the other day? What was it? Something with the what do you call a priest that became a lawyer?
Is this clean?
Yes, it's clean. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that first episode.
I don't
What do you
know.
call a priest that became a lawyer?
I don't know.
A father-in-law. Baruto. Boom, boom, boom.
But no, Chuck. Good
I
one.
wonder if the crickets will be playing.
Yeah. No. Hello.
Do we have? Are we that elite where we got sound? Do we have sound?
We don't have sound.
We don't have sound?
No.
Gord actually handles most of it. He's the IT guy.
Sound's coming next week.
Sound's coming next week.
Yeah, it's on order.
Okay, it's on
It's being
order.
delivered.
It's hard. It's hard to
It's hard to get it all
crop.
together. We got
in and out.
we got video, we got lights, we got a sign.
We got a sign.
No sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound's coming.
So no one's even hearing us talk right now?
No.
All right. Well, I think this went pretty well.
I think so too. Yeah. So next episode we'll have some legit information about real estate, perhaps a guest. And
We're gonna go guess out the gate.
Okay, not next one.
Let's get it. Let's get a little banter with you and I first.
all right.
See if people even like us.
See if we get anybody listening.
See if we get more than 4 views. Now we're gonna have a couple.
We should have at least what's our goal? At least 5 views.
At least say I'm gonna put this in the video. We're gonna be at least higher than according to Carlo.
Okay, got it.
Love you, Carlo.
All right. Let me
And
know.
like that?
I know.
We'll see you next week. It'll be more structured,
It will be more structured.
but hopefully you like what you see. Hey,
That's it.
that's it.
All
All
right.
right, Gord.
Good job.